Hey, welcome back to How to Barbecue Right. I'm Malcolm Reed. Today we're going to be talking wild game. I've got some venison backstrap that I harvested last season. I've had it in the freezer. Thought it was a great time to thaw it out, show you one of my favorite recipes. We're going to stuff it with all these great ingredients and wrap it in some thick cut bacon. You're going to want to check this out. Let's get to cooking. So what I have here today is a couple backstraps. Now the backstrap is the loin of the animal. It's that muscle that runs on both sides of the backbone, right along the back. Think of pork loin or beef loin, it's the exact same muscles. And if you don't have venison or you don't care for it, you can also substitute pork or beef for this dish. It'll work great. But if you hadn't tried some venison, man, it is really great tasting meat. When I harvest this animal, I always take the time and process it myself. I trim all the silver skin up. You can see it's been really cleaned up. And I always do this right fresh out of the field. And then the way I can freeze it, vacuum seal it, and then when I'm ready to cook, I can thaw it out. I just took these out a couple days ago and let them slow thaw in the refrigerator. And now all we have to do is get them ready to cook. So what we're gonna do is stuff these today, and we're gonna make our stuffing in a minute, but I wanted to show you how I'm gonna open them up for stuffing. All I'm doing is I'm gonna take my knife and just kind of halfway down, we're just gonna open it up, kind of create a pocket. And you don't wanna go all the way to the edge. I wanna leave it to where I can get in here and stuff it, but I'm not going to the edge. So just use a knife and cut shallow, and hey, take your time. No need to get in a hurry in this. We're just opening it up all the way down. And now you can come back in and use your knife just to open it on down, but you don't want to go all the way through. Remember, we're just kind of creating a pocket in this backstrap. So we've butterflied this backstrap open. It'll lay flat. It's going to allow us to stuff it and then close it back together. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it in bacon to keep it all held tight. And that bacon's going to add some fat as it cooks to this very lean venison. I'm going to go ahead and knock out this other one. Starting at one end, making my shallow cut. Now I can open it up, come back and just kind of open it a little more here. I'm just using the tip of my knife to butterfly it open. So we've created that pocket that butterflied that backstrap, and it'll close back up, and that'll let us put that cream cheese mixture in there. Let's go ahead and get our vegetables sauteed for the cream cheese mixture. So for the stuffing, I started with about 8 slices of bacon and I cooked it in the oven. We wanted to get it crispy and then reserve those bacon drippings. We need about 2 tablespoons of it, because in an iron skillet, I'm gonna saute my onions for about 2 or 3 minutes and then add the chopped portobello mushrooms. We're just gonna cook those maybe 5 minutes tops. We're just wanting to sweat those mushrooms down, fry that onion in that bacon fat, and it's gonna make it taste incredible. Then we're gonna add that mixture to a block of softened cream cheese, chop the bacon, add it, and add some chopped flat leaf parsley. We're just gonna stir all that together, and that's gonna combine to form this stuffing that's going inside these venison loins. Now we're ready to assemble these backstraps, and what we're gonna start with is the bacon first. This is what's gonna hold the whole thing together. And I've just got a package of thick cut bacon. You could use whatever kind you like, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of lay it out. We're not doing a basket weave, it's just straight strips of bacon. We're gonna kind of touching each other. You don't have to worry about overlapping them. They're gonna cook kind of tight and together. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our backstrap that we've butterflied open, we're gonna lay it right on it. Of course, we gotta have some seasoning. I'm gonna season the inside where we're gonna stuff it. A little bit of that AP, salt, pepper, garlic. And now I've just got some of our cream cheese, mushrooms, bacon. And we're just gonna line it right down the center. Use your favorite ingredients in this stuffing. You really want to keep the ingredients to, 3 or 4 tops, kind of like making an omelet. You don't want to put too much stuff in it because it's all going to come out. So just, I like to keep it simple. The onions, the mushrooms, the parsley, and the bacon. Man, seasoned with a little AP, you can't beat that. So what we're going to do now is kind of close it up. Just fold it over. All that stuffing staying inside. It's all right if it has a little gap, because you know what? Our bacon now is going to close it off. Now I'm going to season the outside just a little bit with some AP, just keep that flavor going, and we're going to fold our bacon up over it. Each little piece gets folded up and over. It's like making a little meat present. Doesn't that look cool? And now all we can do is roll it over on itself. There we go. And what I'm going to do is put a rack here. I'm going to carefully transfer it, and I've already sprayed that rack with the little cooking spray, and they'll sit right on this rack when we put it on the smoker. All right, so this is both of the bacon wrapped stuffed venison backstraps. Now the only thing left to do is season that bacon a little bit, and for that I'm just using my barbecue rub. It's got, a good balance of the sweet and the savory and the spice, and it's gonna go perfect. It's gonna make that bacon pop a little on the outside. And I'm not getting heavy with it. I'm really just kind of using it for color and for a little added flavor on top. Kind of gives it a barbecue tone. So now we're ready to get them on the smoker. Let's go check this out. So for this cook, I've got my Traeger fired up today. I've got it set on about 350 degrees because I really want to get the outside of that bacon nice and done. I'm running some Championship blend pellets. They're oak, pecan, and cherry. And I'm just gonna set these on the rack on top of the Traeger rack. You could cook this recipe on any smoker. You just want it set up for indirect heat and run it at about 350 and add your favorite wood. So now I'm just gonna get the lid closed and we're just gonna cook these until the internal temperature is about medium rare, but I'm really wanting to do it until the bacon's done. That's kind of the telltale sign. At 350, it's gonna take about 30 minutes, but we'll check the internals. I wanna try to get it medium rare. It's gonna be perfect. Y'all stick around, we'll show you what it looks like once it's cooked, and I gotta try it. All right, these back straps have been on the Traeger for about 30 minutes. Let's take a look at them. Oh yeah, you can see our bacon's looking really good. I know the deer's cooked. Let's check our internal temp. We're about right there, 133, 134. It's kind of right there, medium rare to medium. I'm gonna go ahead and call these. Let me get some gloves on here so I can handle them because I know it's hot. And what we're gonna do is just take this rack right to the cutting board. I mean, check these back straps out. Isn't that just beautiful? The way the rub highlights that bacon on top, man, it's got that beautiful color to it. You know that bacon fat rendering down over that venison. It's gonna be excellent. Can't wait to try this deer meat. Okay, I just let these back straps hang out here on the cutting board 10 minutes. That's gonna stop the cooking process, let all that juice run back inside it. It's gonna calm that cheese down a little bit that we had it stuffed with. Before I cut into them, let's talk real quick what we did. We started with 2 venison back straps. We butterflied them out a little bit so we could stuff them, and I made that cream cheese mixture. We just spooned it right along the inside, laid it out on some strips of bacon, seasoned it with a little bit of AP rub, just the meat. And then we wrapped it up and put a little bit of barbecue rub over the top. And the bacon's what's holding it all together. We got it on the Traeger, running at 350. You could cook this on any grill, just run those same temps. And we cooked it to where we were seeing, 130, 135 internal. That's gonna be perfect for these, but cook it to your doneness. Then we took it off and let it rest, and that's where we're at. And hey, it's my favorite part of the day. It's time to try one of these. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take my knife and I'm gonna go dead center. I'm just gonna cut right between these 2 pieces of bacon, and let's see how it looks. I mean, you can see the stuffing in it. The meat's got a beautiful color. It's still got some rareness to it, and that's what I wanna see. So I'll just cut them up into pieces, kind of medallions. You don't wanna squeeze it too much. Some of that cheese will go to running on you, but that's okay. That's just good eats right there on the board. Let me get this one over here and cut it up. That looks awesome. And each one of these little bacon strips stays on, and it's just a perfect little bite. I mean, how good does that look? You can see the mushroom stuffing, the cream cheese in it. The deer meat's is tender. The backstrap's probably the most tender part on a deer. I mean, it's just packed with moisture, and when you don't overcook it like this, it's perfect. I gotta get a fork because I'm gonna get in on one of these and try it. Let's see how this one, that one's got my name on it. Cut it up into some little bites. I want to make sure I get some of the stuffing, some of the bacon, all of it in one bite. That's awesome. And I'm telling y'all, deer meat can't be beat. I mean, this is where it's at. The flavor's there, no gaminess. If you think you've had gamey deer, it's because it wasn't processed properly. Taking the time when you harvest an animal like that, cleaning all the silver skin off, getting all that fat off of it, getting it properly put up is the whole key to getting it to taste great. This is as good as any beef, probably better in my opinion than you can get. I love that flavor. It's so rich, it's so good. Y'all got to try this recipe. Hey, thanks for checking us out here today at HowToBBQRight. Subscribe to our channel if you like what we're doing. We're going to be putting out videos all year long. You can also send comments and questions to our Facebook and Twitter. We try to answer all of them, and we love that. We'll see y'all next time. Man, that stuffing shell, I'm telling you, I'm using that leftovers tomorrow night for dinner and something. This is awesome.